Yo, 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 what's up, Defango fans? Kang fans? Nice to meet you. Nice to see you on another episode of The Worst Show on YouTube. My God, guys, there is some shit going on. Well, you guys kind of already knew there was some shit going on. Number one, this Ukraine thing is definitely going to be, how would you say it correctly? I don't know, owning the airwaves? Yeah, owning the airwaves. That's about what we see is going to be happening because every single channel is talking about the same thing. We're at war with Ukraine. Wait, no, I'm sorry. We're at war with Russia. Or Russia's at war with Ukraine. And there's a lot of things happening. Yeah. Well, think about this, man. It's a kind of strange little bit. This is a strange bit because this is Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, Obama land just a few years ago, and now all of a sudden, Russia's invading, and Kiev is looking like a battle zone, although sometimes when you go look at the different cameras that they have available, or live streams where people do what I used to do, and, build up a bunch of different live cameras and show everybody what's going on, and somehow be way more successful at it than I ever was, which is probably because they're either A, better looking, and or white. Right, because if you ain't white, you ain't right. But I'm brown, that's why I'm never right. That's where I was going with that. So, I kind of find it a little bit strange and a bit missive that it's taken so long to get to the place that we are right now with this whole situation. Putin has been pretty clear that he probably wouldn't have done this kind of shit if Donald Trump wasn't in the presidency, but obviously we don't got a Donald Trump president, we got a Joe Biden president, and what are they doing right now? Well, they're supposedly sanctioning these fools, but for whatever reason, the oil and gas, the main export that they have, that, the other thing that we need, that is still apparently going to be unsanctioned. So it's kind of like they're talking about putting down the biggest sanctions ever. Congress voted on having some pretty fatty sanctions, but Biden and the administration were like, yeah, we're not going to do those. We're not going to do those. And why is that? Why did Joe Biden decide that the Nord Stream 2 pipeline wasn't going to get sanctioned when he got into office and let that go forward, but then on the other end decided that he was going to take the other side of it and say, oh, yeah, but we're going to get rid of all the U.S. gas. I mean, look at what Psaki saying on her daily briefings and how they're talking about, well, they're doing the right thing, and everybody's got to come together on our values. Whose values? Like, I don't know anybody in the United States that lives on the values of, gas needs to be super expensive and everybody should be driving electric cars, except for those, gaudy pieces of shit from California that, obviously don't know anything about how the real world works, but would love everybody to operate in the same way that they do down in their little communist, fascist zone. So, what do we do now? Well, there's a lot of left and right. There's people that are in the mainstream media news falling for pranks with Sam Hyde's face in it, like they've never even heard of who that dude was or haven't ever seen a Sam Hyde meme before. We got other people in the government that are like, yeah, we need to get in there, we need to invade, we need to get in there with NATO, and we gotta go down, we gotta take them down. That's kind of how that they're trying to sell it to us, but it doesn't feel like it's going to be anything that any of us want to have to deal with. So what are we going to do? Well, collectively as a society, this kind of shit wouldn't be happening to us because, well, we wouldn't allow it to happen, right? We got people with guns and shit. But think about it. Now we have the Ukrainians that are getting passed out fully automatic Kalashnikovs, and the Democrats are celebrating it, even though just a couple of years ago they were like, nobody should have an AR-15. Oh, really? Nobody should have an AR-15, you say? Well then, how are we supposed to stop all these tyrants and shit? How's that supposed to work? How are we supposed to be taking them down? Anybody got any ideas? You got an idea? You got an idea? Because I don't. To me, it just feels like we got nothing left but a bunch of crap that nobody has even thought about yet. And they're going to be looking to put us into, what do you call that? Oh, right, the war. When are we getting into this fucking war? We're already sending troops over there to do protect and serve type businesses, but where does it leave us? I mean, I've said it before, I'll say it again. This is completely a situation that Joe Biden wants to have because, nobody's going to vote out a president when he's in the middle of war. But if you look at where this thing is going, it definitely feels like war is on the front. So what do you, me, and the rest of us, what can we really do to change any of this? And I don't really think that there's going to be much that we're going to be able to do. We're all just going to be stuck here wondering and waiting for the next big up, which means that gas prices are definitely going to be going up. I heard the Biden administration talking about how everybody's making more money, but they're not talking about how technically you got a raise, but you lost it all because of the inflation. Right. Well, is the inflation going to get a lot worse? Well, generally, just before we get into big war times and stuff like that, yeah, that's usually what freaking happens. So, it all seems like a bad situation that I don't want to have no fucking part of. But guess what? We're all stuck being a part of this situation. And how are we supposed to collectively tax this one? Because, we got the Biden administration is the one that's going to be handling it. They're not going to be listening to the United States citizens, and they already have control of the entire media apparatus in a way where they can take out or say anything about anyone they don't like, and it basically becomes truth. And if you don't believe me, look at what they did to Donald Trump over the last 4 years with this whole Russia collusion business, when it was clear he never colluded with Russia. It was Hillary Clinton that colluded with Russia to attack her opponent, and now they all seem to be like, oh, well, Russia's bad for invading Ukraine. But it's kind of like they wanted this whole thing set up from the very beginning, which is really even stranger. And that's why I said it. I think it's all a setup. You let me know what you think in the comment section below, and make sure you hit the like button to subscribe, because things are going to get weirder, and I want to hear from what you got to say. And much love to all of my members out there that hit the member join button on the channel. We appreciate your patronage, and we hope every single one of you has a beautiful rest of your day. Bye-bye now.